the right compound is very important. Joint compound is actually the adhesive that holds the tape in place. So you want to use the best adhesive that you can. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to explain the different types of compound and tell you which one works best with the TapeBuddy. Most of the compounds that are used today are pre-mixed. In other words, the water is already added. You're buying them in a 1 gallon or 5 gallon bucket, and typically right out of the bucket is ready to be used. The best compound for embedding tape in is the older heavyweight compounds. Lightweight compounds are very common nowadays and are quite often labeled as all-purpose. And I think maybe under ideal conditions they make a great compound for embedding the tape. But stick with the heavyweight all-purpose drying type compound. In other words, this needs to air dry, it's pre-mixed, but when using the TapeBuddy, we are going to add some water to the mix. Water is the only thing that you should be mixing with joint compound. You shouldn't be mixing soaps or other additives. It should simply be mixed with water. So the heavyweight compound is best for embedding the tape. Here is an example in this blue lid bucket of a lightweight compound. It's a great compound that I use for my finish coats. It's not what I use for embedding the tape. Here I have a partially empty bag of a setting compound. This comes in a bag because it comes in dry form. It's a powder that is mixed with water to form a compound just like the others, except this is a little bit stronger compound, more difficult to work with, and also sets up chemically. So in other words, this is a 90, so in 90 minutes this will be set up and it can actually be coated over again. But you don't want to put a setting compound into the TapeBuddy tool, because if it were to harden in there, it'd be very difficult to clean that tool again. So the best compound, heavyweight all-purpose compound. I've already added some water to it and I've already mixed it. But let's just check it and see if it's the right consistency. I've added approximately 1 cup per gallon of water to this, but I think it's still a little bit on the thick side. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water, maybe another cup. Yeah, that's better. You can see that it's not really thin. It's not just running right off my mixer. It's clinging to the mixer pretty well. Once you start using it, once you have a little experience, you realize that if it's coming out dry tape, of course it's too thick. If you're having trouble getting the tape to the wall or the ceiling without it dripping off the tape, then of course it's too thin. You can over-thin compound, and actually that kind of reduces its ability to adhere and actually loses some of its strength. So don't over-thin. You'll know when you've over-thinned because it'll be messy. But if it's too thick, you'll also notice because it'll be more difficult to get it to come through the TapeBuddy tool. So that's about how I want it right there. Let's give that a try. I've placed the TapeBuddy on 2 buckets of joint compound because this is a good working height. If I would actually have the tool on the floor, it wouldn't be a convenient working height at all. So get it on top of something nice and stable. Both these buckets have joint compound or water in them, so they're heavy. Also, the little bottom edge of the TapeBuddy has these little grooves in it that allow it to sit on top of the bucket without sliding off, but also allows me to pivot the tool so it's facing the direction that I'm actually working in. Now I'm going to actually take the scoop and scrape, take compound out of the bucket and place it in the reservoir on the TapeBuddy. The TapeBuddy is now ready to start taping with. The tape has been properly installed and the reservoir has been filled with compound that has been thinned to the right consistency.